So, Michael, as we have questions from other people, I have one of my own, and this comes from what my wife does online. She goes on X and asks people a lot of challenging theological questions of Christians who think we're doing this wrong, that we're doing commandments as a means to earn salvation and all this type of thing. So I want to ask you, if the commandments are still in force, which we know they are Christians required to obey them, or are they optional? Many Christian apologetics would argue that they are optional.
Oh, well, we keep what commandments we can. Some commandments are written just for men, some just for women, some just for children, others just for priests, and only when the temple is standing. And so, obviously, we can't keep those, but we can keep the commandments that we can keep. And so, if we love him, keep my commandments, Yeshua said. And so, if we love him, we don't figure out how to get out of them. We figure out what does he want, and then we live accordingly.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I like that, because if the temple is not standing, we can't follow all the other ones, because it's an impossibility.
Yeah, like Passover. It says that you don't sacrifice the lamb in the gates of your own city. You must go up to Jerusalem. But right now, we can't go there, and there's no temple, so we can't keep Passover. Technically, we can't keep it.
We can remember it, we can celebrate it.
We can celebrate, yes, we can.
So yeah, that's to me like, if you have a house, or have a contract on two houses, and that you are supposed to take care in the contract of these two houses, and one of the houses burns down, that doesn't mean that the contract goes away. You still have to take care of the other house. Yeah. It may not be all there, but the one that is there, you still need to look after.
That's right.
And I think too that to obey the commandments is just a proper response to what the love we have for Yehovah, right? I think people just get to too many details. They're saying, well, this was ceremonial, and that was these are more about character and this type of thing, and then they separate all the commandments. Is this really not necessary?
No, you just keep the ones you can, and that's it.
And especially if we as Christian believers, I mean, I believed in Jesus in a church, so did you, right? And when we first knew who he was, and so if we believe that Yeshua is who he is, and in the New Testament, he says, if you love me, obey my commandments. If he was there at the foundation of the world that John says, which commandments are not his, is my question.
Nothing is added or subtracted. They're all his commandments.
Right.
He didn't speak of his own will. He only spoke what the Father told him to speak. And so he backed up keeping the commandments.
And so to those folks who say, well, only if it's explicitly restated in the New Testament do we have to...
Oh, that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, I agree. Because there's a bunch of things that are not explicitly restated, like do not murder. Do not, you have heard it said, do not murder, but I tell you a new commandment. People go, oh yeah, see, those aren't in effect. Yeshua's adding, and let's just go there for a minute. So when Yeshua says, you have heard it said this and that, but I give you a new commandment, is he nulling that? Or is he just adding like an explanation of what it means in a deeper sense?
You know what it was said by them of old time, by the Pharisees. But I'm telling you this. He's clarifying what the commandments really are. He doesn't, he's not giving way to Pharisaic tradition.
That's the same type of thinking about those that sit in the seat of Moses. Do what, there's a mistranslation there, right? Where it says, do what they say.
No, it's he. It's do what Moses said.
Aha.
That is a critical difference. That's what Yeshua said. Do what Moses said, keep the commandments and don't do what they say, their own made-up baloney.
And that's, I think, is where modern Judaism has gone astray again. That's where modern Christianity goes astray again by making all their own things. Like, for example, when I went to a Mennonite high school, we never went to dancing because dancing would lead to other things. And so it was a commandment in the Baptist church, in the Messianic.
Oh, yeah.
You could not go dancing.
I remember that very well.
So that's, I mean, good intentions, but again, it's like a fence law with Judaism. Same thing.
Yeah, fence around the Torah to keep you from breaking the Torah. But the fence says you don't build another fence. That's what the fence is. You don't add to the wall. You don't make up your own commandments.